Here with assistant women's hockey coach Greg Moore. Coach, you're coming off of a non-conference game against St. Norbert last weekend. Unlike most of the teams that I've talked to, you guys played a game over the Thanksgiving holiday. Is that important to you guys to keep the momentum going, playing that non-conference game?
Yeah, the one thing we found in the last few years is when you take the week off for Thanksgiving, we have two more big conference games this weekend before we break for Christmas. And the 5 days off we had during Thanksgiving really took a toll on our conditioning level. And you wouldn't think taking 4 days off right in the middle of the season would have that big of an impact. But we always came out a little bit flat against whoever we played that first weekend in December. And we're trying to use this year as an experiment to see if we can kind of keep that conditioning level high and get a couple of 2 wins this coming weekend.
And let's talk a little bit about the game. Obviously, the end result wasn't what you wanted. A 5-2 loss. How, from a coach's perspective, what did you see? What did you like? What did you not like?
You know, Norbert's a tough opponent to play, especially playing a single game on Saturday. Green Bay is 4 hours away. It's a tough bus ride to leave in the morning, be on the bus for 4 hours, and then expect to play a game at your top level. So we definitely did not come out with the kind of energy that we were kind of expecting. And Norbert got a nice 1-0 lead on us after first. Our second period was so much better. Once we got into the flow of the game, we started playing a lot better, a lot smarter. We kind of matched the intensity that they had in the first. I think at the end of two it was 2-1 or 1-0 still. I can't remember. It's all a blur now. But in the third, same thing. I mean, we got it down to a one goal deficit, 2-1 in the third, and then as soon as they got their third, we kind of started hanging our heads a little bit and kind of that's when it kind of all went Norbert's way, and they got a few quick ones there. We managed to make it 4-2 towards the middle of the third, and then they capped it off with a big power play goal in the end to kind of seal the deal. But in overall, I mean, we played pretty consistently with how we played the entire year. When we play well, we're as good as any team we played. But it's when we start taking shortcuts that we kind of have some shortcomings and kind of find ourselves digging a hole a little bit.
Let's talk a little bit about this weekend. You're back in conference play. You've got St. Kate's. You're up at St. Catherine on Friday and then back here on Saturday afternoon. As you had kind of mentioned, very important heading into the Christmas break with these two conference games. How do you approach them? What can we expect on the weekend?
Kate's has always been one of the games that's come back to bite us in the butt a little bit at the end of the year. I mean, in the past 3 years, we haven't beaten them at all. So they have a 6-0 record on us in the past 3 years, and it's come back to show. I mean, looking at the standings for playoffs, and we finished in 6th, 6th, and 7th. 1 point out a couple of years and 2 points out 1 year. If we get one of those wins against Kate's, it's now a different story. So Kate's has always been the one weekend that's always come back to kind of we've lived to regret a little bit. And they've been that first weekend in December at least the last 2 years. So it's been a one weekend that we really want, and I think all our girls are really excited, especially our seniors who know they haven't beaten Kate's in the past 3 years. They want to come out and finish on a strong note and beat them pretty good. So we'll see how we do this weekend, but it's been a good week of prep so far.
What's the secret? What's going to be the secret this weekend to a Cardinals success?
There's two big things in my opinion. It's number one is making sure we're coming out with good energy. I mean, we have a lot of speed on our team from top to bottom that a lot of teams can't match when we're at our best. So as long as we come out and move our feet, we're going to give any opponent a tough competition. Number two is we got to play smart, taking good angles, making sure we're not wasting as much energy as we possibly need to, taking good angles in the corners, making other teams kind of mess up and make mistakes, and that's how we're going to capitalize, especially with our speed.
7 o'clock on Friday night up at St. Catherine, and then back here at the St. Mary's Ice Arena on Saturday at 2. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Daddy.